In this video, I talk about my pilot aware and the setup I use in my aircraft.
My name is Tim Palmer and I fly a Jodel DR1050 out of a farm strip in East Anglia. Welcome back to the vlog and a big thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate your support. I thought it was time that I filmed my pilot aware setup. You probably heard me say a couple of times in the videos that the lady's voice that's used for warning about other aircraft I haven't been able to hear, only very faintly. And there was a couple of times, maybe 3 times, when the connection between the Sky Demon and pilot aware failed. So I didn't want to do very much in terms of filming it until I'd got that sorted, but I did send an email to the company and I had a very quick response from Keith, who suggested that as far as the volume was concerned, and what I have got here is the fact that this is my Clarity Aloft headset, and what happens is the audio from the Rosetta goes into that, but you'll notice that that's white and that one's black. Well, what he did suggest is it's probably an impedance problem with the headset, which is he wasn't aware of the Clarity Aloft, but he did say that with Dave Clark's there's a problem with the impedance, and what he suggested was that the fact that I haven't got an auxiliary out of the radio, or an auxiliary in for the radio, that perhaps I ought to go for this, which is a very small amplifier. This one came from Amazon and it was under £20, but I have flown it and it does make a big difference because you've got a volume control on the side there. So the audio comes out of the Rosetta, works its way through into there, through the amplifier, and then into the headset. I have a sneaking suspicion, although I haven't actually proved this, but I think that the fact that I can hear it clearly, it's not being picked up by my recording. But that's probably no bad thing, because it can actually at times become a little bit infuriating. You're probably also aware of the fact that I've got another white lead. Now that's the power lead. That can go straight into the aircraft power supply via a USB or different connections. However, I've got mine through an Anchor power brick. The company do suggest that if you are going to use a power brick, Anchor is the one to use, because sometimes if you don't use the proper combination, that's when you can get a signal failure. I've left it open like this in order for you to see. Basically, this is the unit that picks up the signal from the satellites, and underneath the back there is where there's the SD card. The other thing that Keith did say was to make sure that I'd got the latest version of the software up and running, and as far as I'm concerned, and that is 20200906, which basically, reading it backwards, is the 6th of September 2020. So I had to install that. So you can, if you're not happy with wiping the old card clean and reinstalling it, you can actually purchase it directly from the company. But actually, if you follow the instructions, it was fairly easy. But the only thing that I would say about the unit is the fact that this Rosetta box has to sit like that, with these 2 aerials pointing up. Now I know that some people I've been talking to have had a problem with having the amount of space to do it. I know that in an absolute ideal world, you're talking about forward of the panel, so you've got a completely clear view. I've got mine on the shelf behind me, but there's plenty of perspex around. So I think really that's just about it, with the exception of, and I'll show you in a little while what happens with the Sky Demon, with the exception of the fact that you're probably aware, and if you're not, you should be, that the CAA have put out a rebate of 50% on all conspicuity devices, which is lovely, apart from the fact that it doesn't apply if you purchased your unit before the 5th of October. I can't remember exactly how long it runs for, but it's several months. The irony of it all is the fact that a little while ago, you may be aware of the fact that they did a similar rebate on the 833 radios. And guess what? I managed to buy my Trig radio just before the rebate for that came in. So because I've been quite a good boy and try to get ahead of the game on both, you actually get penalised, but hey ho, that's just the way things go. But what I will do is I'll shoot a separate little bit which talks about how it works with the iPad, because the connection of here to the iPad is through Wi-Fi. It's not Bluetooth, it's a Wi-Fi device. So yeah, hopefully that's reasonably clear, and I haven't dribbled on for too long on that. Unfortunately, I can't find a way of recording directly from my iPad. I know that there's a screen recording on my iPhone, but not the iPad, so I'll try my best with this camera. But the object of the exercise is you come into settings, you go to the Wi-Fi, you look for Pilot Aware, you select Pilot Aware, you wait for the Pilot Aware tick to come through, then you come out of that and you go into your internet. The top bar there, you can either write Pilot Aware Local, PAW.local, or the suggestion, because of the connection problems, is to go in through VAR 192.168.1.1, but that then connects to your Pilot Aware. And what you do is, when you first get it, you go into Properties and you write in all of the various fields that you need to do. What it will do as a machine is it will give you a radar picture with any targets, but I must admit I don't tend to do that. What I do tend to do is I go into my Sky Demon, and when you go flying, you select the Use Pilot Aware, and when you go Use Pilot Aware, then basically just the way that you would normally be using Sky Demon, but you will get the targets displayed on the screen, and also you get the voice alerts through your headphones. To start off with, I wasn't particularly happy because of the connection issues and because of the volume, but now the volume has been sorted out and the connection issues are sorted out, I really do find it a useful tool.
Well, you can probably hear that it's raining outside, so I've come over to the airfield in order to put everything back together. So what I thought you might like to do is you might like to see exactly what that installation looks like now I've put it back into the aircraft. The Pilot Aware Rosetta sits on that shelf just behind me. As I said earlier, it's flat, the aerials are sticking up. The cables from there run along the side panel beside me, and what I have done is I've attached the amplifier with a bit of Velcro onto the top of the cowling. When I did fly it and I had it tucked into the pocket, which is there, I did find I needed two hands to get it out. What I have got is, make sure I've got it in focus, is I've got the power bank in there. So the power bank sits in there,
and the amplifier is there. I think I might change that white lead at some stage because it's a little bit sort of bright, but that then plugs into my headset, my Clarity Aloft unit, which is attached there and down into the jack plugs. The actual headset is here, but I have it sat over the back. And what I have got, if I move around here now, I'll go slowly so that I don't get a pan problem, but there we are, we've got the unit up and running. And what it is doing is it's showing that although it's raining outside, there are 2 aircraft in the vicinity, and all in all, I'm now very pleased with the unit. Thanks for watching to the end. Please like, comment and share. And of course subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really does help. Thank you.